So I did find one interesting thing within the No Presgrove community, and I want to share it with you today in regards to retrospectively looking at people's attitudes, behaviour and outlook on Warlike Wrath, who is now regarded as the last person standing, the final stronghold when covering this case, analysing it, spreading awareness and keeping it alive single-handedly on YouTube. How have perceptions changed with time? Well, I was just doing some external research to do with another video, and I typed in a certain keyword and then it came up with a post by someone referring to me, and the comment section was very interesting. As for the page on Facebook, well, we'll get to that in just a second. But whilst it's in the past and humans have moved on away from the case or moved forwards in the case, it's always good to get an idea of people's opinions and attitude to see how great it's changed with time and are other people aware of the situation. I mean, when I was looking, I saw some interesting things. So we're going to head on over right now and begin reading. Here we are. This was the 22nd of July 2024 within the Noah Presgrove case discussion group, the one that I joined later on. It appears that there was a post here in regards to me at a time of when I wasn't on the page. Let's see what Denise has to say. The comment I made on the above post when I was talking about how hard it was for me to listen to him because he talked too slow was nothing to do with Caden Pressey. I've tried 3 different times to watch that guy's podcast, Warlike Wrath. I do not know who informed him or implied to him that the comment was about him. I do feel like anybody else that posted prior to or after was under the impression it was about Caden Pressey. So a simple misunderstanding here. Basically, Denise can't stand the pace and flow of how I talk and do my videos. Nevertheless, it was just about clearing up the situation with whoever at the time because there was supposedly issues, and a couple of people were tagged too. Robin Smith, the aunt of Noah Presgrove, Pam, who's also in the Sofa Sleuth group too, Robbie Taylor, who I've seen in recent time on my channel, Melanie. A couple of names here you may be familiar with. Sunny Days. Oh, Joyce Burgu or Burger, doesn't really matter. Anyone else? There we go. Anyway, this person's taken a screenshot of a video that I did previously and even a screenshot of my face, and to be honest, it's not too bad. It looks all right. Yeah. Sometimes when you get a still shot, your face can look a bit dodgy. Well, that's how it applies to me, but no, that's a reasonable screenshot. So they did something right. But let's just check the comments out, because whether I've seen this or not before, there's a high chance I haven't, because I wasn't a part of this group at the time, only the army page. So what were people's outlooks of Warlike Wrath? Melanie Fagan. I will attest that what you're saying is how I read your comment. I didn't think you were talking about Caden Pressey for what it's worth. I understood you were struggling with the YouTuber Warlike Wrath speaking a little slower. Yeah, is that Sam? I love Warlike Wrath's YouTube, by the way, in case he's on here reading. It's good to know, but I'm only seeing it now. I am 3 months late, but it does not matter. I struggle a little with the accent, so I put it on ×2. Put the captions on so I can understand it better. I don't want Warlike Wrath to be hurt either. I am not hurt by people's comments like this. It is what it is. It seems like Melanie made use of the options on YouTube to put it on a faster speed, turn on caption. As simple as, but there are other people out there that do make a big song and dance about it, and they don't try to understand or make use of the YouTube tools, but it seems like Melanie has, which is good to see. So I just want to make it clear that I love his channel. It's great. Easier for me to just read what he's saying because I struggle with the accent. Now, out of interest, what type of accent would help them? It's a very nice accent. I'm just not from the same country, so it's hard for me to understand. I mean, I can do about 15 to 16 different accents, impressions of maybe some characters here and there. So if there's a certain voice, maybe that will help. Michelle, I felt the exact same way. I couldn't watch the entire video. Well, it is why it is, Michelle. I mean, what have you contributed to the case, and where are you at this point in time? Warlight Ref still standing, single-handedly covering the case on YouTube. Denise, yes, that's what somebody else suggested, was speeding it up, so I probably will do that. Simple as. If YouTube provides you tools and opportunities to rectify your problem, make use of it. We got Nathan, same. I couldn't make it past the 2-minute mark, just dragging it out for ads. Oh, poor you, Nathan, with your low attention retention span. Don't worry, TikTok is around the corner. That's a bit shorter. Videos on average for others. Denise, I'm really glad I'm not the only one. I'll give it another try and speed it up like someone suggested. Christine, how do you speed them up? It's the cog symbol on the playback on the bottom. There we go. Nothing too interesting yet. And then we get Sherry Wright. And I'm sure I've seen Sherry Wright in recent time. Sherry says that, and he steadily repeats the same things over and over and over again. Is that a problem, Sherry? I mean, at the end of the day, repetition can lead to mastery in understanding things. Consistency can be repetitive. See, a key thing within this case, something what people have wanted, was a form of consistency, stability, balance when it comes to key partygoers, witnesses, when retelling the story of events of what happened, what followed with Noah Presgrove. And to be consistent means to repeat the same story over and over again. And how often has that happened? Not enough. Yet when Warlight Ref comes on in, repeats, relays, consistent, stability. I guess Sherry doesn't want stability. Either way, Leah Hammond agrees. Amanda Vandekar, Denise, Dawn Pierce, Nathan Horn. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Carla Daniel Adams. I'm sure I've seen them in recent time as well. Carla says, I completely understand what you meant. I'm sorry, that was a misunderstanding. I thought you were talking about him. There we go. Lucy, I still have not been back to finish the video because the YouTuber Warlight Ref is a little too expressive and I need more time set aside to listen. Expressive in what way? Because there might be a contrast to some saying, oh, it's just repetitive. Oh, it's just a drone. Oh, it's too dragged out. Oh, it's too slow. And now, oh, it's too expressive. It's too over the top. Wow. Christina, how have you said it? Christina, most of us understood what you meant. That's good. Chance. T-Mas, well, that said Timu. I feel like the guy on the right is just trying to make money off of this. He draws out his videos to get watch time. He repeats himself so much I can never get through his videos. Now I wonder if Chance has been present since. Kelly Pounds, same. I watched like 2 minutes and was done. You watched like 2 minutes. Use proper wording, Kelly. Get a grip of yourself. You either watched 2 minutes or you didn't. It's as simple as that. You say you're done. Now, where are you now within this case? What have you contributed since? Are you aware, Kelly Pounds, that I am the last person standing? It's very interesting when you look back retrospectively at the attitudes, the degenerate-like behaviour, the impetuous, egocentric, low-level attention retention span. Well, I don't understand the money aspect of any podcast. This is not a podcast. This is a hybrid YouTuber, okay? I know he probably has a lot of followers. He probably has. Either you have watched me or you haven't. To say, well, probably, and for Kelly to say, like 2 minutes, are these people even there with it? Or are they, in a different area? Is the light on but no one home? I mean, you look statistically, it's very clear whether the channel has followers or not. To say, maybe he has followers, maybe he doesn't. Did you even watch? Have you even done research? But there's a lot out there that I've seen probably have under 500, so I don't know how they're making any money. So Denise is referring to most people having under 500 subscribers doing what? Covering this case. How many subscribers does Warlight Ref have? Oh, 14,000. Well, that's reasonable, isn't it? But these people don't seem to be aware, even though they've supposedly watched the videos. As for Chance, all you can think of is mention the negatives, but based off that profile picture and that dodgy haircut, you haven't really got a leg to stand on. I mean, what are you looking at in that profile picture? Look bloody cross-eyed. Anyway, Michelle Logan. I thought this was the Partisan True Crime discussion group. When I initially read the comments, there was no image of the house, only came Pressy. Right. Not much mentioned there. Not much. I'm just seeing if there's any more references to me. Oh, what's this one? Kaylee Case. I guess the question is, Kaylee Case, are you still covering this case? Are you still researching? Kaylee says, I can definitely understand the feeling that the guy, Warlight Ref, doing the podcast was talking too slow. I feel the same. It does take him a minute to get to the point. Oh, is Warlight Ref a little bit slow in the mind? What a shame. At least I'm not an impetuous, egocentric plum like some. I actually think before I speak. No, let me rephrase that. I actually think at the same time of speaking, so I don't spaz out like other humans do. Okay? My language, my wording, on point. Consistency, on point. Frequency, on point. Appropriate time and place, on point. I'm still where I am because it's on point. Can that be applied to you with your tilted profile picture? However, with as many people as I've heard say Caden talks in loops, it'd be very easy to mistake the person you were talking about. I reacted to Caden's comment because he's a friend of my fiance. See, you know what the very interesting thing is, Kaylee Case? Whilst you whinge and whine about Warlight Ref, it just so happens that there are key people within the case, even Caden Pressy and certain family members of Caden Pressy, that actually appreciate my coverage. So, based off what you supposedly state, it means jack shit. We'll be moving on. What else do we have here? And I hate that so many people are coming after him for doing what is right. It's to do with the interview or so. I don't usually put my 2 cents in. Well, it's a shame that you did. But all I'm saying is, as many people talking bad about Caden, it doesn't take a lot to make right. So basically, it's coming down to when one was to question Caden Pressy in a balanced way, oh, it makes you a villain. So you must be one-sided and very positive. Yeah, that's great. Not. John, I say out of respect, I tried watching this guy's videos, but I've fallen asleep twice. Well, John, isn't that a positive? You know, if you had trouble sleeping or you needed a good night's rest, you just watch my video and then what? You're better off in the morning, you got more energy. But I guess that's a thing you've missed. Lynn Tomlinson, okay. Anita came. I have no idea what you're talking about. I guess that's fine because that keeps me out of the whole who you were talking about debate. The only thing I would say is I've watched every one of Raf's videos and I find that he catches things that others don't. His attention to detail, exact language used, sometimes very telling, and he gets it right. He uses good visuals, timelines, really glad he's covering, knows case. Crazy good at catching the important details, putting junk aside. I'll say this, with the info we have of the possible 2 different sets of trucks that morning, the timeline, who could have seen what, has it down to a science. It's too bad if people aren't watching due to the accent. That's something you can overcome. I find him the best at taking writing item and breaking it all down. So Anita K is a good example of a good person, but also when explaining it, very clear, you know, in detail too. So shout out to Anita for spending the time to write it up. It's good. But there's 26 replies. Now, I don't know if I saw all these replies at the time or maybe similar elsewhere, but let's just say this person wants to give it another try. Sherry Wright, I know when I went to Oklahoma this past week and visited the memorial site, grave site, I was confronted by a man in a work. Right. Interesting. So some of this could be of interest to some people. All I got, his last name's Williams. Actually, 2 white work trucks, one didn't stop. Okay. Okay, what's this? It's one of the trucks. Where's Christine? Her comment doesn't seem... Where's Christine's comment? I'm on the train track. I downloaded... Okay, it doesn't really mention it. Nope. He is different. I visited UK and discussions with local. We agreed that they were a bit bolder, a little different in sense of humour than we are. Basically, we are a little more subdued in ours, but I can ignore those things if the content teaches me something. I think the reality is I'm not like the average UK person. I am just a person, some say, who's come from a different planet. Who knows? Melanie, he's really good. Appreciate that. I actually appreciate Brits for that reason, straight and to the point. Not always. No, his accent does not bother me at all. Right. Hazmat seats, we're going on about that. Oh, here we go. Sorry for the silence, I'm just processing it all. Holly says, if it helps any, I can't stand to listen to this guy's podcast. His voice is annoying. He does the overviews of other people's hard work and information they have received. And what the fuck have you done, Holly, besides sit there near to a Christmas tree in a profile picture? You know, how much contribution have you done to the case? Doesn't seem like much. Are you even still around? Are you still consistent within this case every single day, spreading awareness? I don't think so. You have not got a leg to stand on. Holly says, things we have already heard. He tries to act like he has more information. I don't. But I don't act either. One thing that's a fact, I think more, I see more, I question more, which could lead to information or new leads. Something you, Holly, greatly fail on. Anyway, which, by the way, these people do live interviews of people who are actually trying to help get truth, and he turns around, tries to knock out more truth with his ideology. Ideology. Where are we going? Are we taking a sudden right turn, a far right turn? But he makes no sense even when he did his first one, questioning things like the orange warning posts for utility companies, which clearly are everywhere in the United States. Because my 6-year-old can tell you what they are. What do you want? A medal? But he tried to make it seem like it was a key factor at the partygoer's house, like the cops put it up, or it just adds more to rumours. Well, I didn't say that. Why do a podcast over another podcast with no facts or changes? See, Holly, you're a pathetic excuse of a human upon this earth. You have failed to do your research. It's very evident. First of all, you refer to me as a podcast when I am nothing like a podcast. I am a YouTuber. I am a hybrid content creator that has covered several cases, maybe more cases, more videos than you've had hot meals. So get a grip of yourself, rethink, look, listen and learn, and try and be a little bit better the following day. Can you do that for me? So it tells me it's going to be a great difficulty. Either way, very unusual, some of these attitudes. I also believe that there are just a lot of rumours, theories, opinions. People take true facts, and this just gives a snowball effect. I wish people would start listening to the family and their request. Oh yeah, Holly, like a mention about what 3 private investigators hired, but oh no, there wasn't 3, it was only 1, but Justin Roy got scolded for it after, reposting it from what the family said? Oh, naughty, naughty. Did we just forget about that? What else do we have? Dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. Pam, I knew you were talking about the podcaster Warlight Raff. I don't know what these cretins are doing in terms of, regarding Warlight Raff as a podcaster. I am not a podcaster. It's as simple as that. The moment someone refers to me as that, the moment they just become completely delusional and they just lack comprehension, understanding, and they just don't do research. It's quite embarrassing at this point, and this is 3 months ago. So one of these people's attitudes have changed since, so it tells me, probably not. Cindy Dawn, an individual who I'm sure I've seen in recent time. Yes, absolutely hard to watch. Ugh, I finally quit. Something not right here either. What, something not right with me, my channel? Interesting. Yeah, funnily enough, as dysfunctional as it may come across to some people, I'm still the last one standing. I'm still the one with stamina. How interesting is that? Kelly, I can't listen to this man as well, and I've also tried with no avail. Oh, poor you, Kelly. But I understood what you were talking about, and no way did it ever cross my mind. Okay, there we go. What else do we have? Doritha Pressy. Oh, is that a Pressy family member? Never seen them before. Cindy Dawn. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, there we go. Ah, okay. Bill Harmon. I'm sure I've seen Bill Harmon in recent time, if I'm correct in saying. What did Big Bill have to say back then, though? I'm getting tired of Raf's crap. I believe Caden 100%. Are you still tired, Bill, of the Raf? The last person standing on YouTube? Oh, this is very, very interesting. Do I want to join any of these groups? No, I don't. Piss off. Let's finish off with some of these comments. Lisa Norlin. I've watched Warlike Raf on Noah and Jay Slater. I do get some info from him, but also find he definitely drags it out. I feel like he talks as if he's teaching second grade. To be honest, Lisa, at this rate, the people I've come across, the pushy, the full-on individuals, the questionable ones, the impetuous, the degenerates, the egocentrics, etc. It wouldn't surprise me if it was second grade teaching. I think a few people have skipped some classes over the years. We're catching up now, aren't we? And Jennifer, I have trouble with that podcaster too. I'm like, can we just get on with it? Well, getting on with it, what have you got on with in the case, Jennifer? You know, what have you done in this case? Are you still around, contributing, keeping it alive, or not? Because it just so happens that I am. Very consistent. And that appears to be it for the comments there, I believe. Some familiar names and faces. How very interesting. This was a retrospective look when you put it into perspective before and after. At the time, then, a lot more people covering the case. Jan Friorillo, present. Partners in True Crime, present. Justin Roy, more active. Some card readers, crystal ball rubbers, present. One by one, people have stepped back, disappeared, gone quiet for many different reasons. Natural, and maybe others darker, who knows. Yeah, I'm still here. So it's interesting because if you think about it, the majority of the human race that has an issue with me when I've covered this case, more so in the past, doesn't matter what page or what platform, what would their outlook be now knowing that I am the person carrying this case? At least on YouTube, for example. You know, when people complain about a certain thing and then other things pull out and it's like, oh, we've got nothing now. What do we do? Oh, well, we've got that person over there, but you know, we called him out in the past. Oh, do we approach? Do we act all nice now, or do we just watch in the background lurking? But to be honest, in terms of a stamina war, most people probably would have backed off or slowed down because not everybody can keep up. And that's understandable, but, you know, this is just another little analysis just to remind you of what people can be like, because you never know. You may be around these type of people in the future or right now. So once you see their dark side, once you see their impetuous, degenerate behavior, you might know how to deal with certain other situations, right? So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.